You would not believe
that has been the most stressful 7 minutes ever.
I cannot believe how difficult it is to actually get this thing going. That's just astonishing. Let's see if we can get this on full screen now. Oh no, we don't need it on full screen. We'll better read this, don't we? Yeah. Hello, everybody.
Are we live? For goodness sake, please tell us we are. Hallelujah.
We certainly do.
I'll tell you what, your language.
I was not being polite to YouTube. My apologies to YouTube if they were listening. Oh dear.
That was hard work. I've got to say.
I cannot believe how difficult, because I set this up about 4 hours ago and it just set to, so we just go into it and away we go. And there was actually almost no way of getting in. We could see it. We could get into it to comment on it. We couldn't get in it to start the live stream. Anyway, we figured it out. We're here. Woo! Thank you for waiting.
Hello, mate.
Oh, hello. Nice to have you.
Nice outfit.
Thank you very much.
Where do you get yours from?
This is a little bit of, I can't even see it now. Where's it gone? Q sales going on. We're all Q saled up today.
Get in. Not sponsored.
Is there a dishwasher there? There is a dishwasher downstairs. Interesting fact, this house, which I bought 3 years ago, is the first time I've ever owned a dishwasher of my own.
If we don't use it.
No, I don't. It's true. I'm scared of it.
When Sally and I come stay, Sally loads it up.
Yeah, then we're in business. Then we're in business. Hello, everybody.
Well, hi, guys. How are you? Who have we got? Paul Transit owner. Hi, Nick.
Yeah. Paul Transit owner. Paul Transit is on here a lot. He's a regular. Very much a regular. And so is One Fraser. Hello, One Fraser. He's a good chap. Who else have we got? Who I recognise? Florida Girl, of course.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Hello,
yes.
Florida Girl.
I was in Florida last week, or the week before.
Don't you worry, the drinks are here.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Joshua. Cheers, guys. Nice to see you.
Walking Wise and boating.
Hang on a minute. I can't do it. He won't sell in the ice creams at that speed.
Hey. So we thought, Shay, do you recognise me, Nick? I can't say I do, Shay. I'm sorry. Should I? Old man Tom in Canada there, look. That's Bob. Yeah, we hadn't done this for a long time, and also it's the end of the season, and there's been a busy old season, and we thought it'd be good to check in with you guys, see how you all are, and have a little chat.
Yeah, we've done a few things. So, Nick, you've had a busy couple of months, really.
It's been mental. Yeah, the last bit of the season is when it all goes mad. So there's been, in very short succession, there was the Cannes boat show, then straight back to Southampton boat show the following week, then straight back down to south of France and across to Monaco for the Monaco boat show, then back for about 2 weeks.
Without me.
Without you. I think because you wouldn't share a hotel room with me, which I don't blame you for. And then out to Fort Lauderdale, which was not this week just gone, but the one before that, so 2 weeks ago.
And what have the guys got to look forward to? You must have filmed loads of boats.
Yeah. Fort Lauderdale in particular got some lovely super yachts out there. At Monaco, there's a couple of really, really big, like we've had before, the proper big league. One of them's got a helicopter landing pad on the front of it, and a double garage. I mean, a proper, like you'd have at home, double garage with doors either side open up, boats go out either side.
I don't have a double garage.
No, but if you did have it, it'd be like that. Properly big league. Properly. So yeah, there's some serious kit coming. That's for sure. And the Loon Tour, of course. Florida Girls mentioned the Loon Tour. That was amazing. That was an incredible boat, and it was brilliant to meet and to interview Paul, who is the captain, of course. If you've not seen Loon, have a look at the tour on the channel, but also have a look at their channel. They're really, really big into the whole YouTube thing in a massive way. So it was great to see those.
I watched that and I'm absolutely blown away.
It's staggering, isn't it?
It's the scale.
I know.
But the attention to detail and the way the crew look after it. And I've been following them when they did their trip across the Atlantic.
Yeah, that was great, wasn't it? Livestream.
It was brilliant. Starlink.
Yeah. They streamed the whole thing.
It was just fantastic, and the interaction with the guys, it was just brilliant.
How was your night on Dreams last night, Greg? And we're missing Dreams on Smugglers when we going to get a fix.
Last night was really nice. It's been about 4 weeks since I've been able to come down, and I was working in Plymouth yesterday, and I thought, and Sally's off doing things with Carnival in Somerset, and I'm not even going to describe what Carnival is in Somerset, but it's a big thing. Google it, Somerset Carnival.
Yeah, it's huge.
Just Google it. It's a huge thing. So not my sort of thing. So I thought, right, I'll not go home. I'll just go to Dreams, and I can chill out for the night, which I did. I didn't go anywhere.
It's just nice being on board sometimes.
Yeah, it was lovely.
It's like a little den. Take yourself away.
Yeah, it was cracking. And then today I was able then to give her a really good clean down because she was a bit messy. Yeah, so go a good wash down today. I had a little bit of business in Torquay with one of my engineers, and then rocked up with Nicholas, and he cooked me his signature dish.
I did.
For those of you who are not in the UK, this will mean nothing to you, and it is not a euphemism. Nicholas cooked me toad and whole.
Yeah, lovely. Okay, a couple of questions coming up.
Right.
What upgrades do you have got planned for 2025 on smugglers? I can answer that very quickly. None. No. Absolutely none. I haven't got anything at all planned this year, weirdly. The only thing we're going to do that's different, not different, but outside the normal service schedule is I'm taking all the anti-fouling off, because every year they put 2 coats of anti-fouling on, next year 2 coats, next year 2 coats, and it's so thick now that we
decided to tell me that.
Yeah, taking the whole lot off.
Wow.
Yeah, starting again. So that's being done. So that's that. Are we taking the boats out of the water? Yes, we are both booked in separately in different marinas or different boat yards, I should say, but they're both coming out in January. And are you going back in March?
Yeah, back in March. So out on end of January, back in March. All the works that I want to do are booked in, but I also want to do some of my own stuff as well. So I want to put a better VHF aerial on. I need to do some electric works, which I can do myself. The mechanical stuff and the anti-fouling and everything else has been done by a very good team of guys.
Yeah, same guys.
Same guys. They've thankfully taken me on board. So Dave from Coast Marine, is it Coast Marine or Coastal?
I think it's Coast Marine.
Coast Marine.
Yeah.
So yeah, so all of that's booked in, which is amazing. But the electrical work I'm going to do myself, and then back in March, and then
away we go.
Away we go.
Yeah. Somebody has asked whether we have any plans for big trips in 2025, and we were talking about this only today.
Yes.
And there's a sort of there's a dream trip, and we had a dream trip to go yesterday to Volker and Orange and Den. We had a dream trip which was to do Falmouth. We've done that. The one we'd like to do, but it's ambitious because of the well, for a couple of reasons, but we really love to get up to the Solent. But it's a massive trip across Lyme Bay, and unlike going down to Falmouth, where you've got Salcombe you could go into, you've got Plymouth you can go into, you've got Fowey you could go into, so there's places all within an hour's jump of each other. When you go up there, it's like 3 hours straight across, and then you've got to go around Portland Bill, and Portland Bill is notorious for sea conditions, so you need it really, really calm. So it's a little bit of a, well, if we get up there, we're going to get back again sort of thing. But if the weather was perfect, that would be a nice thing to do. The plan B, I think, would be to do what we did before, which is go down towards Falmouth. But there's lots of in-betweeny places that we didn't go into, and I can't think of the name of any of them now. But it'd be great to go up the river that's at Plymouth, for example.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called.
Helford.
No, Helford's down by Falmouth.
Is it?
Plymouth, I'm thinking.
Oh, Plymouth, right. Sorry.
What's the river there? Anyway, there's a big river that goes up between Devon and Cornwall. That would be interesting to look at. And there's a few other places down there, sort of in between places. So it'd been nice to do that otherwise.
Yeah, but I think we will come up with a trip.
I think we've got to have an adventure now. Yeah.
For sure. I'm just sorry. I'm just putting my old man glasses on. Just going back. Who was that? Shay. Would you recommend a day out on the boat in St. Justin Roseland?
You love that place, don't you?
Oh, I love it. Love it down there. So Shay, yes, definitely. And I think I said on the video, I used to rent a boat from Milo, and the chap used to bring it over to St. Justin Roseland, and then I'll just rent it for the afternoon. It's just only a little sort of 5 horsepower outboard, But if you're floating,
you're boating. 100%.
What have we got here then, Nicholas?
Princess Harry should be into one long video. Do you know what? I actually intended that to be one video when I first did it, and we got so much footage, and it was going to be about 2 hours long, and I thought nobody's going to watch that, so I split it into 4.
Hi, Kenneth.
I think works quite well. Hello, Trucker John B.
Falmouth Pool. 5.5. Oh, right. Falmouth Pool to Falmouth, 5.5 hours.
That's a fast trip.
What was that in boat DIY?
Yeah, that must have been something pretty quick, because it took us 4 hours to get from Dartmouth to Falmouth, didn't it?
Yeah, mind you, you're pretty slow.
Yeah, that's true. What else have we got here? I really like that Oyster. That was a smart boat, but Dales are lovely. And I've got a video of a Dale coming up, which I did at Southampton Boat Show, so watch out for that one. And I also did the Rustler 41, which is their first motorboat, which is a lovely thing. So that's coming up on the channel as well soon at some stage.
So the video I had on your most recent one, I haven't watched it. Sorry.
Right, that's okay.
I've been busy. That looked like a classic sort of boat.
Yeah, but a modern classic. It's 2006.
Is that like the one that we were going against in Falmouth when we were going back into my?
No, it's not. That was a
because that was beautiful. That thing.
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
absolutely beautiful.
that was one of Cockwell's boats. What do they call those? It was a Cockwell. It was a Cockwell's, that particular one. So yeah, similar sort of style.
Yeah, it looked at. I've only looked at it briefly, but I haven't had a chance to watch the video yet.
Where is the next boat show? There's one in Dusseldorf in Germany, which is a phenomenal indoor show. I'm not actually going to that one. I don't like filming indoors particularly, but it is an incredible show. The next one I'll be doing, I expect, will be Palm Beach in March. Gary Smith says that my wife and I just bought a Regal 28 Express.
Well done. Nice boat.
Yeah, I filmed one of those for the channel. There's a yacht tour on the channel, but I also did a boat test for Motorboats Monthly, and I think there's a video of that on there. But yeah, that's a lovely boat, that. Nice bit of kit. Those Regals are nicely put together, actually, I think.
Florida Goes, I think. What's your favourite vessel toured, no matter what size?
Favourite toured? I reckon it's probably that one that we did in Monaco.
Yeah, I'm going to say, well, I haven't toured as many vessels as you, but that was just amazing.
What was it? What's it called? It was called a...
It's Italian designed.
Come on, brain.
I'll have to look.
Hang on.
I'll
do it on here. Here we go. Oh, we don't want that.
But don't touch the computer. Anything could happen. Let me do it on my phone.
It can only go well.
And everybody's gone. Bye.
Super yacht. So here we go. It was. Oh, it's not there.
No, it wasn't. Wasn't that one?
No, it was that one. It was
that one.
ISO Classic 65.
Yeah.
Okay. It was ISO Classic 65. That was spectacular. That's probably my favourite so far.
Yeah. And I'd still.
That was mind blowing.
Blows my mind.
Yeah.
That one. And just brilliant.
Yeah. It was a real experience.
Yeah,
Dutchy, thank you. You're quite right, Adrian. Dutchy is what I was trying to think of. What was Greg's first boat?
Fletcher 14-foot. Look at what you could have won. If you're in the UK, it's a bullseye boat.
And how much did you pay for that?
£1,000.
See, you don't need to be rich to go boating.
With an engine, it was so heavy it nearly killed me because it nearly flipped me off, literally. What are we looking at here? Oh man, I've got to look.
Poor old chap.
I hate being old. Any more yacht charters, Nick? Yes, I hope so.
Yeah. It's a possibility. I'm not talking to anybody specifically at the minute, but it's always something we would like to do. Yeah, for sure.
Or Tamar, Nicholas is saying.
Tamar, you're quite right.
Well
That's
done,
what I'm trying to think.
Nicholas, yeah, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Lazarus 92.
Oh yes, I do. Yeah, that was quite impressive. Definitely.
Nordhaven. Oh, it was very nice.
Yeah.
Still got your S3, Greg? No, I've never had an S3. Thank you very much. Go up 2. It's an S5 and it's parked outside at the moment, and it's disgustingly dirty.
It is. I don't like to say anything.
Yeah.
Have you seen the new 51 Nordhaven, and will there be a tour? Our Bear's Catholic. Of course there'll be a tour.
Hello, Grey Man. Evening to you as well. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming along.
There's Jeff from Pennsylvania. Hello,
Hey, Jeff.
Jeff.
Cheers.
I haven't examined a Belgian yacht before, but I'll keep an eye open for one. I'll tell you what I did film out in Florida for the first time, and I filmed 3 of them, in fact, was an outer reef. So that'll be coming soon. That was a nice boat. That's very classic, like a Grand Banksy style trawler yacht.
Right.
Lovely.
Okay.
Really lovely.
Fletcher, what's it? This 165 GTS.
We've restored a Fairline T36 most. Yes, I'm always interested in those. It depends where it is though, because it's whether it's somewhere where I'm going. But yeah, drop me a mail. Always happy to talk about that. In fact, I've got a video coming up of a meet the owner with a Fairline Targa 40. Is it the 43? I think it's the 43. I'm sure it's the 43. So that's coming soon. That's very good. Also done a meet the owner with a guy with a Vision 80 catamaran, which they were living on. It's fantastic. Really, really good. So that's coming to the channel soon as well. So there's a couple of meet the owners coming up.
I had a walk down my pontoon in Brixham this afternoon after I'd finished cleaning the boat to go and see Seagull 3 because she's down at the end. And I'm not sure if you remember when we did it. There were 2 classic Sunseekers.
Yes, there's
and Princess as well.
There's an Offshore 31, I think, I remember rightly.
And
a Princess 266.
And whoever's got those, they have been cleaned up. The 2 Sunseekers and the Princess, absolutely looking brilliant. And I think they're, well, you tell me, 1980s boats, I think.
Yeah, potentially.
But, oh my God, they just look fabulous. Absolutely fabulous.
Nice. So he's asking about dinghies. I've got a oh, my brain's not good today, is it? What the hell is it? An XL 280, which is a very lightweight one. That seems to work quite well.
And why is it on boats? They only have tiny openings in the middle of the window rather than just being up the whole thing.
Can you imagine if you had the whole window able to open up and you forgot and you went to sea? You'd sink the boat. So that's, I think, why they do it, so that you can never ever sink the boat by that failing. You know, that small window, you get water in potentially to fail.
Is that One Marine, the One Marine?
Oh, I think it is. Hello,
Tom. Guys. Hi, Tom. Mark asks, Greg, if money was no object, what boat would you like to own? Tricky one, actually, Mark, because it depends what I was going to use it for. As I quite often say, and Nick and I often say, the 805, excuse me, is perfect for what we use it for.
Ticks a lot of boxes. And it's manageable financially.
It's manageable financially. If money was no object, I don't think I'd want something massive. I don't know, a twin engine, reasonably small Sunseeker or Princess, probably. But something I'd skip on myself.
Yeah, completely.
I wouldn't want crew. I'd want something that we could enjoy as a family, and that was only if money was no object. And sadly, money is a massive object.
It does tend to be. It does tend to be, yeah.
Diesel boats are allowed to run red. Why are diesel boats allowed to run red diesel when cars are not?
Well, cars are paying road duty through the diesel to some extent. So I guess it's to do with that, possibly. My wife says it's a boat or hers. This is the dilemma. Do I get a single or twin engine? Well, it really depends what she leaves you with. Any thoughts on electric outboards for a SIB? I'm not sure what a SIB is. Is that like a rib?
No, that's the guys that on the boat rally that we do.
I think
the guys that come out with the inflatables.
Yeah, I think it depends how fast.
Sports inflatable.
Okay.
I think.
Then it depends how fast you want to go and for how long. So I have an electric outboard for my tender, which is perfect because we don't need to go very fast, and we're only ever going into the beach or into the harbour or whatever else we used to down in Foy, didn't we?
Thank you, Jeff. Semi-inflatable.
Nothing
to do with sports.
So yeah, it really depends how you're using it, but there's a lot to be said for them, and it's great for a tender because you can charge it off the mothership effectively. So what are the booklets on the shelves? Yes, right. Well, all of these are all of the boat magazines that I've written in. So every time I write a boat magazine, I keep a copy of it. So all of those, those are all boat magazines. All these down here,
and it goes down further as well.
But these ones here are Motorboats Monthly. I bought every single Motorboats Monthly magazine because that was offered to me once. And then further back there, those are boat brochures. Yes, but most of these are magazines that I've written in. Any advice for someone looking to make a career change into yacht brokerage? Yeah, have a look at David Seal's channel, because he does a really good yacht brokerage course. So it'd be worth looking into that, I would think, possibly. I haven't seen the course or done it, so I can't recommend it, but knowing David, it would be a good one. Do boat owners have to pay any tax to operate? Depends on which country they're in, not in the UK. Have you any experience with Azimuth 42s? I've been on an Azimuth 42, and it was a nice boat. The only thing I was a bit less keen on was the flybridge. It was very, very small, a huge sunbed and just a very small seating area, and also quite low-sided, but a nice boat otherwise.
You like a flybridge, though, don't you?
I'm torn with flybridges. Yeah, I'm really torn.
I'm not.
No, you don't. No.
Well, apart from when we did that fabulous.
Yeah, see, that was a flybridge.
Yeah, that was quite. It had a bar.
Well, that was a big flybridge, yeah, and someone to drive the boat while we were sat at the bar. Yeah, I'll tell you what I like about flybridges. There's a couple of things I like about flybridges, and I am predominantly a sports cruiser man. Definitely, I prefer a sports cruiser because I like to be low down, feel faster, you're more connected with the water, and everybody's all sat together, and you're all fairly well sheltered. On a flybridge boat, you sat up there, and quite often everyone's down in the cockpit because it's more sheltered, and you're up there on your top like a wally. However, there's a couple of things. Firstly, I like the ability to drive the boat inside. So, like a day like today, you could have gone out in the boat, had the heating on, it'd be lovely, and you're not forced to be outside. The second thing I like about them is I think that when you're on the marina of an evening or on a mooring or whatever else, that whole floating apartment thing where you've got the big windows, you're not down below, and you've got the patio doors that go out onto that's lovely when you're not moving. And then the other thing I like about them is that a lot of them are shaft drive, which is a lot simpler than out drives. So there are a lot of pros and cons, and I could see the benefits of both. But at the minute, I'm still a sports cruiser.
Good man. You're not that old yet.
Where do you see boat prices going in the next 12 months? I have no idea is the honest answer. I don't think anybody does. I do think from talking to people that the COVID bubble has burst. So at one point, pretty much any boat at any price, people were just snapping it up. That's gone.
I think that burst a little while ago.
It did, yeah, and I think they've leveled out now.
Because I was selling Seagull.
That's right, you were.
At the end of that period, and I certainly didn't get the money that people thought I would get for it.
No.
It was okay.
Yeah, you did all right.
But it certainly wasn't silly money. It was probably about it equated to the upgrades and the maintenance and the vinyl wrap and everything I did on it. It probably just came out about even.
Yeah, which is good.
But in COVID times, it was nuts.
Yeah. So I think it's dropped from there, but I think the impression I get now is it's leveled out in as much as a sensible boat at a sensible price will sell. If it's a crap boat or an optimistic price, it probably won't. And I think that's how it's always been. That's how it should be.
So Mark's asking how big a boat you're allowed to pilot. You probably different from me, but I think mine's 10 meters max.
No, you can go as big as you like.
Oh, my ICC.
Yeah, but that's not a legal requirement in the UK.
Oh, right. Okay.
It's basically 24 meters.
Yeah. Titanic.
Yeah. Have both of you done the day skipper? Is it worth doing? I haven't done the day skipper. I have done the ICC. You've done the ICC.
I've done the ICC. Yeah.
The one that's really worth having as the first one, I think, is the powerboat. I think it's powerboat 2, level 2.
Level 2.
Yeah, that's a very, very good one. If you're thinking of getting into boating,
it does allow you to apply for an ICC license, which you have to apply for every 5 years. And the ICC is International Certificate of Competence.
Correct. Yeah, and it means if you want to charter a boat out in a med.
So if I go on holiday, for example, so we holidayed in Mallorca in 2018, I was able to hire or charter rather quite a big boat, and we had quite a lot of family out with us. There was about 12 of us out there, so it was a twin engine, and it gave us the boat for the day, and you can hand that over, and they know that you can handle a proper boat, as it were.
Yeah,
Highly recommended.
totally agree. Are you having any major maintenance work done on your boats? And if so, will you be covering it?
I bloody hope I haven't.
Yeah, we'll see is the answer to that. The only thing, so basically boats coming out, there will be engine service and outdrive service if it's needed, anti-fouling, new anodes, polish, wax, all that sort of stuff. On my boat, I'm having the anti-foul stripped off because there's so much of it and then reapplied.
Those are the tell me about.
No, those are the major things. I know.
No, outdrive was done in February, March this year. So
right.
hopefully
what you're
doing. So it should all been well.
Engine and anti-foul.
Yeah, engine, anti-foul, and anodes. And I've got some specific jobs I want doing as well.
Yeah.
Which Dave has got that information, and yeah, it's all booked in.
Any plans to come to Scotland boating? No plans at all. But I have to say,
we love Scotland.
Yeah, it's a beautiful area. The west coast of Scotland, in particular, is staggering.
Yeah.
Do you ever seriously consider selling up and buying a liveaboard? No, actually, I've no intention whatsoever of living on a boat. I think it would take all the joy out of it if it just became your home. I know people have done it, and they by the time they've got all their stuff on it and organised everything, they never go out because it's become the house.
And dreams for where it's in Brixton for us is I'm talking not talking about Nick. I'm talking about my family. It's like a floating caravan. So it's not just used by me, and not necessarily taken out all the time. So my wife Sally will come down with her girlfriends, and they'll stay on board for a night, and they will have a weekend in Brixton, a weekend in Tor Bay. You don't have to go out at all.
Yeah,
it's got enough facilities to be comfy. And last night, I mean, it's not exactly warm at the moment.
No.
But
you got the heating.
I had the heating on last night. I came down after work, and got the microwave. Did what we call a ping meal. Yeah, which is put it in the microwave. Ping. Thank you very much. Glass of wine, and watch some TV and properly chilled out. And next weekend I'm coming down with my boy. We're having a boys' weekend away. And that's how you got to use it. It's not necessarily thinking you've got to go out and do a trip.
No, but also you wouldn't want to be living on it, I don't think.
But no,
you need a much bigger boat.
Yeah,
and then it wouldn't be as easy to go out on. And no, I think much nicer to have a house.
It's fun. That's what I was trying to get over. It's an adventure to come down.
It's
an event. It's an event, and it's an adventure, and it's a chill out, and it's
you wouldn't get that if it was your house.
No,
I totally agree. Totally agree. Thinking from where to Torquay, where is your favourite marina? Well, my favourite marina is very definitely Noss-on-Dart, where I keep my boat. I like it there very, very much. But like all these things, it all comes down to personal preference. So I live quite local to the boat, so it's a 20-minute drive for me. Whereas for Greg, he comes down over an hour away. So when he comes down, he likes to be in Brixton because you can walk into the town. You can't walk into the town from Noss-on-Dart. So if you're staying further away, so there's like all these things, there are different benefits to different places. It depends what works for you.
Yeah, like this morning, to be able to go into the town and do a little bit of shopping, get back to the boat and have a cup of tea.
Exactly, which you couldn't do on Noss-on-Dart.
No. And as lovely as Noss-on-Dart is,
and it is beautiful.
You're in the middle of it here.
Exactly. In my house.
Exactly.
So I just take stuff with me.
Yeah.
It's different.
I'm just going to go and
top up. Yes, of course.
Yeah, would you like some?
No, we're right no, go on.
Yes.
Why not?
Of course. Please excuse me.
There you go. King Jack Upies. Jeff. There is no significance to posting 1 minute after the hour. I don't actually do that. I post bang on the hour. So I don't know why it appears to you 1 minute later, but it should be bang on the hour, midday each day. So Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday, midday UK time. So yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. Have I got a new boat in my plans? No, I haven't. Is the very short answer. Because, well, there's a couple of reasons, really. First of all, I've been spending an awful lot of money on the house that I bought 3 years ago, and a lot of work's been done on that. Secondly, the boat that I've got just works very, very well for me at the moment. It's exactly what I need. It's manageable cost-wise. It's manageable handling-wise. I can manage it on my own. It just works. Just makes a lot of sense. And so there's no real desire to change it. Joshua, that's good to hear. Thank you very much. Sargo 45 or Tiger 46, tricky one. Very much personal preference question. That I think the Sargo 45 is a little bit more modern. The Tiger is a very, very, very good boat. So it just depends whether you want the slightly more traditional feel or the slightly more modern feel, but they both do a similar job similarly well. So garage boats become more impossible here. Love Life, Love Boat. Yes, you're absolutely right. It's very expensive, and when you move up, it doesn't seem, you go up 20% bigger boat and your cost double. It's a law of diminishing returns. That's just how it is, and it always has been. But yeah, I do agree with you. You need to find a sweet spot, which is where I think I'm at the moment. Okay, boat shows. What are the benefits to owners having their boat displayed and open to all? Well, quite often, you go to order a boat and they say, well, we've got a slot for January, but it is going to be the boat that's at the boat show. And so if you want one then, well, that might be the boat that you have to go for. Sometimes the manufacturers do perhaps a little bit better deal, or they might say, well, we'll put a bit of extra specification on it for you because we want to have it at the show with this and that specification. So there are sometimes little benefits like that, but sometimes it's just quite simply that that's the boat that's available. Yes, you could wait and have one that's not a boat show boat, but you might be waiting another 6 months or a year. Off topic, how's the car? The car is brilliant. And in fact, as part of my new house, I've had a garage. I had an extension built on the house and a garage. And so the SL is now in the garage and being kept absolutely beautiful. And I now got to the point where I don't have to take it out and get it dirty. So I've now got a 10-year-old C-Class Mercedes, which is my daily car. And the SL sits in the garage being kept lovely, which is nice because it makes the car feel special when I drive it. When you drive it as your only car, it just tends to become the car. To thank you personally for your series of videos on the Princess build. Well, thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. It's something I've been trying to do. We actually set that whole thing up years ago and got scuppered by COVID. We were literally about to do it. COVID hit. We had to cancel it. Thank you very much, Greg.
Good news, Nick. I found vodka in your kitchen.
No way.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yep.
So we were very, very pleased to actually get that one finally nailed. Just talking about the Princess factory.
Oh, that was stunning.
I was so pleased to do that, and I was so pleased. I didn't know how it would be received, whether people would watch it, and it's been really, really well received. So
I love that.
Yeah.
Even though you're my friend, sometimes I phone Nick up and just go, oh, that is something else.
Yeah.
Because it was a real insight into the work that goes into it, just the craftsmanship and the fact that it's happening here in the UK.
Exactly.
It's not just Princess, it's Sunseeker as well. It's such a skill set.
It's fantastic. But the other thing I think is really interesting is people often will look at something like a 60-foot Princess and it's £2 million, and they go, well, that's ridiculous because you could buy a house for $2 million that's 10 times the size. Why do boats cost so much? Well, because the guys building the house don't need 7 factories to build them in. They don't need 3,000 staff to build those houses. It's and the level of craftsmanship and the engines and the electronics
and the engineering and the cabling and the miles of cable loops.
It's not like sticking some bricks up and then plastering it and painting it and going, there you go, there's your house.
I've spent all my life in the audiovisual industry, and the one thing I've always known that I could never touch is the super yacht market, because it's so specialized.
Yeah, absolutely.
So specialized.
Absolutely.
Although I did do some stuff for the Cunard for the QM2, but that's not super yacht. Thoughts on Parker boats from F1 Matt? All right, F1 Matt, what do you reckon about the race last week? Lando lost out. Parker boats.
Yeah, I didn't have a very great deal of experience. I've driven a couple of them and they seem like good starter boats or family boats. Crossover video with Shmee or Harry Metcalf. How interesting that you mentioned those two names. I contacted Shmee and they weren't interested in doing one, and I have tried to contact Harry Metcalf and had no luck. So the chance of crossover with either of those guys is clearly very small. Did you have a fallout with Princess Yachts? No. Any more collabs with the Yacht Buyer? I enjoyed the collabs I did with Yacht Buyer. They were great fun, but they're incredibly time consuming. Those guys are, I mean, they're taking it to a different level in terms of the filming and all that kind of stuff. They really, really
big production values.
Yeah, they do. And that's great and good for them, but it is massively, massively time consuming. And so enjoyed them though I did. I've got no immediate plans to do another one because it's a big day out when you go and film with those guys. It really is.
Old man Tom. Sally is off at Carnival, which is a Somerset thing. Google Somerset Carnival, and you'll understand.
It's incredible.
It's nuts.
James Wilkinson says, I noticed recently you've done a couple of smaller boat reviews. These are great. I understand the draw of the big boats, but will you carry on doing some more modest boats? Yes, I will. And in fact, I was at Southampton Boat Show and I was just wandering along, minding my own business, and I walked past a boat that was about 25 foot long. It was had a proper, it was like a sports cruiser, like a smaller version of ours, brand new, had a petrol 4.5 litre V6, went like the clappers. It was about a 40 knot boat or something, and it was 80 grand. And so I asked the guy, I said, can I do a film on it, please? And they said, yes, of course you can. So that is coming to the channel just simply because I saw it and thought, do you know what? That is phenomenal for the amount it gives you. Like standing headroom inside, got a little mid cabin. I mean, it's much smaller than ours. But I just thought that's a really good new boat for well under 100 grand. Now that we're in an era where 100 grand buys you quite often a cuddy cabin with an outboard. So yes, there are more smaller boats coming. Not a huge number because, quite simply, the bigger boats are what gets the views. That's what people really, really want. But I do like doing some of the small ones occasionally, and they will still be coming for sure.
All right. So, what's your favourite anchorage? That's an interesting one, actually.
Yeah,
because I have one.
What's your favourite anchorage, Greg?
Ladram Bay.
Where's that?
So that is just between so past Exmouth, between Exmouth and Sidmouth, where all the land is falling down.
Yeah.
And Ladram Bay, and I think I remember sending you a photograph of it, and Sally and I were anchored just off Ladram Bay, and it's just incredible.
Right.
The rock formations, it's all red Devon rock, and it was just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And it is literally 45 minutes from here, from Tall Bay, as it were.
Need to do that.
And yeah, absolutely stunning. And if you're in the UK and you know about what's happening at Sidmouth, the rocks are falling down at a great rate.
Wow.
And it's fallen again today. So those poor people are going to lose their house.
Wow.
And all the coastal paths been closed.
No, I'm not surprised.
And yeah. So yes, Ladram Bay for me. I love it.
Okay. I would say I really like, I think it's Anstey's Cove. You know when you're going in towards Babbacombe?
Yeah,
it's on the left.
Oh yeah. Oh, we've
been there a couple of times, haven't we?
Yeah,
it's just stunning with those rocks that come up.
It's saying similar thing.
Yeah. So that's nice, but also Scabbacombe is always a favourite, and it's a good spot for us because it's kind of halfway between Brixham and Dartmouth, and so we meet there quite often. It's a lovely spot. What else have we got? If you could put Smuggler's Blues anywhere in the world to cruise, where would it be? Well, I've done a little bit of cruising around Mallorca, and that's absolutely stunning. So it'd be great to have a boat out there. And the south of France also, lovely, lovely spot to go boating. So either of those areas, I think, would be key. Going to do any more narrow boats or wide beam canal boats? I did try, as you probably know, a couple of those in the past, and they were all right, but they're a little bit off the mark for me. I think I'm more into the sort of the coastal and
I did a canal boat holiday once.
Did you?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, let's put it this way. We were due to be on it for 3 nights.
Yeah.
And we did 1 night and I took it back.
No way.
And
why?
Left it. It was horrible.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Because of the boat or because of where you were boating?
All of it.
Really?
Yeah. Absolutely awful.
How interesting.
Yeah. Did not enjoy it at all.
Many years ago, I had a boat for 3 days, and it was a new Broom 30, and it was on the Norfolk Broads. And we had a great time.
That's not narrowboating.
No, it's not narrowboating. No,
yeah.
you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
It's not. But it was inland. It was fantastic.
I could do Broads, Norfolk Broads, definitely, but no. I saw F1 Matt. So Bridgewater Carnival was pretty neat this year. Yes, and tonight F1 Matt is North Petherton Carnival, which is our local one. So that's where all the family are tonight. I don't like carnival, so I'm not there.
So you come to see me instead. Fairland Targa 52 GT. Yep, lovely. Very, very nice. Would you and Greg ever brave a trip to the Channel Islands on your boats? Now, we have spoken about this, and the short answer is probably not, for a couple of reasons. Firstly, it's a big trip across shipping lanes in small single engine boats. When you're going down the coast, you've got a problem. You're never very far from being able to get into somewhere, even if you've got to tow one boat with the other. If you're out in the middle of the shipping lanes and something goes wrong, then you are in a very difficult situation. But the other reason is that I have done a couple of channel crossings. I've come back to the Channel Islands a couple of times, or across the Channel Islands, and the honest truth is, it's a bit dull.
Boring.
It is. You get out, you go outside the land, and you think, "Wow, this is amazing. We're outside the land. We're out in the sea. This is amazing. It's still amazing, but quite amazing. We're nearly there yet, you know." And it just becomes a bit dull. The other thing as well is that once you're out there, if the weather picks up and you can't get back, then you're really kind of in the wrong place. At least in the UK, you can leave the boat in Plymouth and come back on the train and nip back down for it a week later or whatever. You can do that in the Channel Islands, but it's not as easy.
Our big trip was, we were probably more, for me, probably not for you, Nick, but for me, we were at one point 10 miles offshore.
We were, absolutely.
Which was
epic.
Absolutely incredible, but I could still see the shore, and I quite like
knowing where it is,
the inshore boating, because it's like Nick said, if you're just in the middle of an ocean, you're not seeing anything.
No, you lose all impression of speed.
Yeah.
But
if you can see the headlands and for us on that boat trip, you know, going past Eddystone Lighthouse and going past Plymouth, and you can see Plymouth even though it's miles away.
Yeah,
it's a good reference point, and
feels
it's
like progress.
Enjoyable.
Yeah, totally agree.
Yeah,
totally agree. So no desperate urge to cross the channel.
Any boat barbecue recommendations? Yeah, don't have a barbecue on the boat. That's my recommendation.
I quite like the idea in a way. I've seen the ones you can get on a bracket and the barbecue's hanging over the water. I quite like that idea. No?
Take it to a beach. Would you and Greg ever? Yeah, you've done that one.
AQUAHOLIC Yacht Club, someone is talking about. Okay, the AQUAHOLIC Yacht Club, it's on Patreon, and it's basically just a little bit of behind the scenes. So if I go to a boat show, I film what I'm doing and what I'm actually filming and where I'm going and all that kind of stuff. And it's just for people who want a little bit more behind the scenes. They want to see what I'm up to and where I'm at and what's going on. Because the stuff you see on the channel, quite often, the video that you'll see today, I filmed a month or 2 months ago or something like that. Whereas the AQUAHOLIC Yacht Club is bang up to date and it is showing what I'm up to. So yeah, that's there for people who want it. But obviously, you know, there's a small charge for it. So some people don't, and that's absolutely fine.
Robert's asking about Sunseeker. Now, Robert, I don't know. We haven't got an inside take on this, but I have read this morning online that there is no intention to move.
That's an interesting point, actually. And this happens every time a boat company gets sold. So, for example, Princess, quite a few years ago, were sold to the Louis Vuitton group. Everyone said, "Oh, they'll move the production to France." Why would they move the production to France?
They can't.
No, exactly.
But it's exactly what we've just been talking about.
Yeah, you look at
all
that
that skill set.
I know.
And
but why would they want to? You might as well
Yeah.
just set up a new factory out there and a new brand. But the other thing also that people don't understand is that the guys who bought that were a French company. Fine. Are they going to move it to France? They bought it from a guy who'd owned it for, I don't know, 20, 25 years, who was South African. We didn't move it to South Africa, did he? So no, the boats don't tend to get moved just because.
And how would you move that opera? It's like that. I always remember that bit on the video when they're in what was the old
the ropery.
The ropery.
Yeah.
It's just incredible.
Yeah.
You'll never find those facilities.
No.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
It would be impossible to replicate what they've got.
Mm.
And they own it. and that's the important thing. It's theirs.
Yeah. So no, I don't see. And you mentioned Plymouth. They're actually Sunseeker made in Poole, but I understand the point that you're making.
Yeah.
Someone's asked about autopilots. All an autopilot does is hold a course for you. You still absolutely need to be at the helm. You need to be keeping a watch. Imagine there's a crab pot buoy in the water, or a piece of debris or something like that. You need to be there. The autopilot's not going to see that. It's just going to drive straight into it. It's just following a straight line. All it's doing is stopping you having to literally physically steer the boat the whole time.
Not in our boat.
Except, yeah, if you've got
we have to be there.
Yeah.
It's like a car. If you've got an automatic car, you still have to be there.
Yes, you can't send it off and do it, can you? I'm just going to send the car back, love. I'm at the station.
Yes, Gordon, you're right. Sunseeker not in Plymouth. I know. Sorry, that's my fault.
No, it wasn't somebody else put Plymouth, but it's not.
It's
Yeah. It's Love Life
for Poole.
Love Life Love Boat says, I've always looked at Princess thinking, how is that so expensive? After your series, I'm thinking, how can they make it for the money? That was precisely the reason I wanted to do that video, because everybody says that. For 20 years, I was a yacht broker, and I used to sell Princess. So we sold used boats of all sorts, and then we would sell Princess new. And if we had a guy buying a Princess, we'd take them down, or a lady, we'd take them down to the factory and see the boat being built. And the amount of times I had the comment from people afterwards saying, I couldn't ever understand how these boats cost so much money, but now I can't understand why they're so cheap. And that's exactly the point of doing that video, because when you see what goes into them, you understand just why they are so expensive.
It's my boy.
No way, Charlie Hughes. Hello Charlie Hughes. Woo-hoo.
Hello, mate. Sorry, that's my son.
Yeah, I know.
He promised he'd come on and say hello. I'll see you tomorrow, sir.
What else have we got here?
Gareth Evans, which 80 would he go for?
Oh, well, it's a tricky one. It's people like someone saying, what four-door saloon car would you go for? You know, it depends what you like and what you want to spend and all those sorts of things, but there are some nice choices out there, that's for sure.
I think the tricky thing is with that, Nick, is it's like, you know, you're obviously looking at these boats and you're reviewing these boats and you've been working it all your life in the marine industry, but it's what you can afford. So it's just like it's the same as me. So
yeah, it's nobody saying I'd like a Bentley, which people actually can only afford.
You don't even look at an 80 other than reviewing it, because it's not within your price range.
No.
So you
sadly not.
Your boats are of what you can afford, as it were. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Am I making sense?
Yeah, more or less. Yeah. As much as you ever do.
Thank you very much. I'm here all week.
Trying to fish.
Nick, if you could have any boat in the world, regardless of budget, and where you would keep it and running costs, what would you happen and why? So I'm assuming what would you have?
Yeah. This crops up a lot. If it was completely money no object, I'd probably buy Silverfast, and then I'd put Smuggler's Blues in the garage in the front, and I'd just move it around the world, launch Smugglers, and go off exploring.
Oh, Silverfast! If you want to know what Silverfast is,
Google Silverfast yacht.
or look at the charter.
Yeah, we saw it briefly.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Will there be a 2024 Christmas bloopers edition? Do you know what? I'm not sure there will be, and the reason for that is because these days I just leave them in and carry on.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Lazy bugger.
Yeah. Do you have plans to do a live stream tour? No. We have enough trouble trying to do a live stream from here, let alone trying to do it on a boat.
We just don't have the connectivity to be able to do that.
Or the skills. And you almost need somebody to do it for you, don't you? Do you know what I mean?
I ain't paying for Starlink.
No, I think not.
And Brewdo Biker Guy, hello. Saying hello to us. As you do tours of motorhomes, any plans of getting one?
No plans on getting one. I did have an idea of I was offered one to use and film, but just never had the time for it in the end. Old Man Tom, I noticed no wave in your last episode. Sometimes I don't wave. And the reason for that is because I
He's
forget.
stressed.
I just forget. I literally, I get to,
Because you've got about 10 boats to do.
yeah. How about a Greg and Nick Christmas song? I don't think we would inflict that on
No,
anybody. No.
We might do a Christmas live stream,
Yeah, maybe.
potentially. Just a
Any plans to release AQUAHOLIC merch? There is AQUAHOLIC merch, and there's a link on the channel, but I don't really do very much with it, and probably it's an area that I should do more with. But there is a bit of stuff out there for people who want it.
the cool guy. Hello, Kenneth. Hello. Nice to see you guys.
Do you think the bearing your YouTube, Victoria and Rico, will work? Do you mean the chart they're doing? Right, I don't see why not. They know what they're doing. They're business people.
They're good guys as well.
They are. They're good fun. They're good fun.
You just get some insurance. Drew,
Yeah, get some.
are you in the UK? Get some. It's not difficult. It's not ridiculous.
It's not expensive compared to a car, is it?
No.
It's
And
comparatively good value.
And there's only a few brokers, and they know boating,
Yeah.
and that's the key. Get your qualifications. That makes a massive difference for boat insurance. And you can't, or you shouldn't, be in the water in the UK without third-party insurance.
No. Well, and more than that, actually, you want fully comp because
I'm just saying,
yeah,
from a
because
legal point of
but
view.
what a lot of people don't realise is that if your boat sinks, you can't just walk away from it. You're
Yeah.
responsible for the wreck,
Yeah.
recovering it. So you need to be covered for that.
And
Somebody's asked, this is an interesting one. Do you monitor your boat ownership costs or just pay the bills as and when? And this is an interesting one because
we have completely opposite views on this.
yes, we do. So Greg's version,
I just pay the bills.
stick your head in the sand and pay what you're
Well, not it's not my head in the sand.
No.
In fairness,
doing.
I've got a boat. They're not particularly cheap. I don't have a particularly expensive lifestyle. It's my passion. It's also very important for my family because my children, my stepchildren, my wife, and friends use the boat as well. They don't drive it. That's my job.
Absolutely.
So I just pay the bills, and I don't look at it, and I don't think about it. And the only time I've looked at the running costs was when we did the big adventure, when we were looking at the fuel costs, which was, how much am I?
Yours was 140 quid to go down there, including our running around in the river when we were down there.
And then a bit more coming back.
But about the same coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nicholas, however,
Has a spreadsheet with every single cost
Oh,
logged,
God.
fuel costs and hours, absolutely the whole damn
Do you
lot.
log the hours you spend filling in the spreadsheet? I think
No,
you should.
no. So yeah, I have a very different view. I like to know exactly what it's costing me and track it. So there we go. Just saying hi from Ohio. Hello, Ohio. I did some filming in Ohio. I filmed the Miami Vice boat on the big lake. What's the big lake called in Ohio? What's it called? Anyway, I filmed that there.
Love life, love boat. Yes. Remembrance Day tomorrow. Very important day in the UK. Yeah.
Lake Erie, thank
Pay
you.
your respects. Thank you very much. And thanks for joining us. Oh man, Tom, Sally got the qualifications. No, Sally's entire outlook on boating is I'm her captain. She's not interested in driving the boat. She does know, however, if I suddenly drop down with a illness, her lesson is head for the nearest beach at full speed and beach the boat.
Yeah, sod the boat.
Yeah.
Get an ambulance.
And that's all she needs to know. But
Yeah.
she's more than capable of driving the boat. But it's not her passion. She loves boating. She loves coming out with us, but she's not interested in the engineering side of it at all.
Somebody's asked, what are the pictures in the background? Well, this picture here is an interesting one because that is the Princess stand at the Earl's Court Boat Show circa 1975. And it's particularly important to me because at that time I was about 7 or 8 years old, and my dad used to take me to the boat show.
Wow.
So I would go and see those boats at the boat show. And
is that when they had the pool?
yes, that's exactly right. Yeah, yeah. So that is quite a historic one for me, that one. And the boat you can see at the front there, if I point to it, hang on.
I'm reading it. 32,
There's
25.
Yeah, that one, there's a Princess 32. That was the very first Princess ever made. Not that actual one, but that model when they first. So they had initially a boat called a Project 31 and a Pilgrim 25. The first boat branded Princess was that Princess 32.
Was that actually when you were there that you took that photo?
No. That was a promotion.
Oh, right. Yeah, no, you were there with your dad.
Quite possibly. Yeah, certainly around that era. Yeah.
Right.
What else have we got? What's the best meal you've ever had or cooked on a boat? Do you know, actually, I can answer this.
I can answer this as well.
All right, we'll see if they're the same. I think the best meal we ever have on a boat is when we all get together and have fish and chips.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Absolutely.
So it's usually myself, Greg, Sally, also Sue and Matt. And we all get together on one boat in Brixham. Somebody goes and gets the fish and chips, and we all sit around and talk nonsense and drink and eat.
It's never filmed.
Absolutely right. That is just one of those lovely things, isn't it?
Picture is level. It's you, Daz.
Howdy from your favourite noisy neighbours. That's Rachel. Hello, Rachel.
Are they the
guys with the Toyota and
the Mazda? We were talking about your cars, Rachel.
We were. That's right. We were admiring the nose of the MR2 sticking out the garage earlier, and Greg was also admiring Simon's motorcycle.
Yes.
I'm quite envious of that, weren't you?
Yeah, I was. I liked it very much.
Yeah.
Goodness me, that reminds me of my dad used to send me the boat show.
It's where a lot of it starts. I used to go to the boat show, and I'm sure that's where a lot of my passion for boats came from. It was fantastic.
You're right, Mike. Fish and chips, best thing ever.
Yeah. Best fish and chip shop in Brixham. Well, you would probably know that. There's that one, isn't there? Is it Simply Fish?
Simply Fish every time for us.
Time.
However, the best fish and chips in Somerset, I can tell you, is Lazy Rick's.
Yes.
And I genuinely mean that. They are a mobile fish and chip thing, and Lay and Rick, as in Lazy Rick's, literally have the best fish delivered into Somerset, and Rick and Lay do the best batter. And if you're in Somerset, go by.
Fantastic.
Google them, Lazy Rick's.
Somebody said, is there any rivalries with other boating channels, e.g. Naughty Styles? Quite the reverse. Naughty Styles, Victoria and Rico, I normally have dinner with them when we're at a boat show. Also David Seal, and I've done some stuff with him on his channel as well. Dan Boat Life, had dinner with him. So we're all pretty matey. We're not rivals. We're all chums.
I think that you all have a different style of channels.
We do. We're not really competing head on, so that's good.
Yeah, and I think it's great. And I've often said to you, I love the community, not just the YouTube community that you have, but the community that you have on your channel as well.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure that both of the guys watch the other channels.
Exactly.
I watch Naughty Styles, I watch Dave's stuff. Yeah, no, it's good. Greg, now that Nick struggles to get into engines,
what
are you now on hand? I'm sorry. You've never been able to get into an engine.
No.
As far as I know. Greetings from the Netherlands. Hello, Marco. Which bit of Somerset? I'm up in Cheddar. All right, Gemmo, in Cheddar. Taunton, my lover.
TaylorMade says, greetings from Liverpool. Never had a boat and will never afford one, but love the channel. Well, thank you for loving the channel, but never say never. Because I never thought I'd afford a boat once upon a time. Here we are.
Same.
Yeah.
Exactly the same.
Yeah. Never give up dreaming.
Hugh Owen, sounds Welsh. Tidy.
Isn't it?
Isn't it there? There's lovely. Whose court is that there? Does any yacht builder stand out for build quality? Well,
there's the usual. There's Princess, Fairline, Sunseeker. They're the sort of the top end ones. Nordhaven, I would say. Fleming, lovely. There's quite a lot of. I mean, it's a luxury product. There's quite a lot of serious boat builders. What are the books on the Greg's Right? We mentioned this earlier. Actually, these are boat magazines, and they're boat magazines that I have written in. So
I'm taking them all to the recycling centre tomorrow morning to make some room because I feel a bit cramped.
A bit hemmed in there, aren't you?
Gareth, Taunton's my hometown. Well, all right, Gareth, we're not far from you, near Langport.
Someone said during COVID you did house tours. Any more in the pipeline? No, that was a one-off really. It was just that I couldn't really get to any big boats, and I thought it'd be nice to do some big houses on the coast instead. But those times are gone. They were worth doing. They were interesting, but I don't think I'd be going back to them.
We did get you out of the house, really.
Yes, exactly.
Which is what we, trying to do.
Yeah.
Keep them moving.
D4 or CAD 43?
Ooh.
Any thoughts?
What's mine?
CAD 43.
Thank you very much.
What's mine?
D4.
There you go.
I'm going to say CAD 43.
Mm-hmm.
It's simple.
Yep.
Oh my God, it is the most.
You love that engine, don't you?
I love it. And I'm coming from this of having experiences with when I had Seagull 3 with that, the mag engine I had.
Mercruiser Magnum.
Which, once I sorted the problems, was absolutely brilliant. But this CAD 43, I just know every sound.
And it's a lovely sound too, isn't it? It does sound good.
Just stick it there, and on that RPM,
goes and goes, isn't it?
Fabulous.
Yeah.
And you just so much confidence in the engine, and I think that's the biggest thing for me is the confidence in the engine.
Yeah.
It's not electronic.
Yeah, it's a cable throttle, isn't it?
It's a cable throttle.
Yeah, but it's simple.
It's simple and it works, and it sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
And knowing when who was the guys at Tom and the guys who did the refurb on it,
right?
They'd taken it out and taken the engine out.
Yeah.
I knew when I bought it a year and a half before, it had new turbos, it had new superchargers. It come out. It had what they called a 20-year service.
Right. Yeah.
That was one Marine. That's Tom, isn't it?
No, it wasn't one Marine who did
no.
that though. It was
remind me.
Parker Adams.
Parker Adams, sorry. Yeah, Parker Adams taken out as a project. So I knew when I had that boat that it had everything done. So it's an old engine, so a lot of hours. Oh, it's sweet as a nut. Absolutely sweet.
Yeah, and I can totally concur with all of that. And particularly, I think as boats get a little bit older, as ours are, to be fair, they're knocking on to 20 years old. That simplicity has a lot to be said for it. Having said that, I will give a counter view of the D4, which is it is a more modern engine. It is
faster than me.
It is faster than yours. It is absolutely smoke free because it's so precisely metered. And it's a lovely, lovely engine. And for me, I like that moderness. I like the electronic controls, but I am aware that there is more to go wrong. And I'm also aware that I think it's a bit more sensitive. So I think, if yours was getting a little bit of dirt through the fuel or anything, has nothing to do with the engine, but just the fuel or anything else, yours will probably just cough and burp and deal with it. And mine will throw a hissy fit and start sending up alarms, and because it's got a lot more of that going on, a lot more and that's diagnostics and stuff like that.
That's interesting you say about the fumes, because I've been on your boat, as you know, many times, and when you start your boat up,
there's nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
When I start my boat up, I definitely get diesel fumes.
Yes. Yeah. Totally. And you see it as well. If you see yours from the outside,
but I go really quick and it goes away.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So that's the thing. So I think technically the D4 is a better engine, as it ought to be. It's a newer engine and it's more economical as well, and it's all those things. But in a second-hand boat, there's a lot to be said for the simpler CAD 43.
But I don't understand is your engine is 4-cylinder.
Yeah, I know this is weird.
Mine is 6.
Yeah.
And your engine is heavier.
I know.
Than mine.
I know. It makes no sense, does it? Must be just the way it's built. But yeah.
Anyway, we've ignored these.
We have. Oh yeah. Should we talk about boats and things?
Oh yes.
How's the super yacht stairs holding up? Brilliant. Love my super yacht stairs. They give me pleasure every day.
Oh man, Tom, Shiraz. God bless you.
Favorite time of day, sunrise or sunset? I like a sunset when we have a lovely day out on the boat and we're probably getting something to eat or had something to eat and we're all kicking back at the end of the day.
That's a good question.
Do you remember the first video that really took off? There's been a couple. There was one I did on the Dynamic GTT 115. That was the Porsche design one. That went mental. The Majesty 140, that's the first video. That's been the most popular video on the channel. It's had over 5 million views. That was incredible. And the Sunseeker 131, when I went in to do that, that was really one that really helped to establish the channel. So those, yeah, very much. I would say those. The first one was probably that Dynamic GTT 115, and seeing that take off was just staggering. And in fact, actually, I should go further back because the one that established the channel was the Miami Vice boat. One of those videos went viral.
Yeah,
that was when I was able to monetize the channel.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that was astonishing. Couldn't believe that. I just checked one day and it was getting 1,000 views an hour, and it had done nothing up until that point.
Simon says D4, heavy band shafts. Thank you, Simon.
There we are. That makes sense actually, because it is, to be fair, an incredibly smooth 4-cylinder engine.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
So that must be why.
But it's not a 6-cylinder rule.
Not a 6-cylinder. No, I grant you that. I grant you that completely.
VJ says, live or strictly? Come on. VJ, strictly every time.
Yeah, exactly. Someone said, interesting tour of Red Jet. Any more plans to do any more commercial vessels? Yes, I would like to very much. I haven't got anything lined up at the minute, but it is very much on the radar. Have you or will you tour the Ocean 186? I haven't done yet. Very much on the hit list. Would very much like to do that. Also, the 100 yacht. I very much want to film that.
Mark says, would you both ever consider at some point replacing your engines with an electric engine once they become more mainstream? It's not going to happen, mate.
No. Various reasons. Cost, first of all, but secondly, there simply isn't the technology to support a planing boat with an electric engine. They're all got range of about 50 miles, which means in reality, because you're not running right down to zero and you've got to give yourself a bit of reserve, you're probably ending up with a 20-30 mile range. It just doesn't work.
Not going to work.
They're brilliant inland, fantastic, because you're taking very, very small amounts of energy to run at very low speed, but on a planing boat, as of yet, no. Greg, have you ever thought of doing your own channel?
Yes, and it's starting up tomorrow. No.
Is it yacht tours?
No. I've been friends with Nick for God knows how long now. Long time.
Far too long.
We're great friends. I do my thing. I've been lucky enough to be involved with some of the stuff with Nick. Yes, I've been on camera a little bit more recently, and
it's worked well as well, hasn't it?
It's worked well, yeah.
And I think it's fair to say you've enjoyed it.
I've enjoyed it very much, and I'm thinking of doing bingo online. I stand looking for a full house. Do you ever go fishing? Once boat DIY, only once.
Yeah, it's awful, isn't it?
And
did you catch anything?
I bloody did.
Oh no,
it was horrible.
I know. I don't know why people do it for sport.
It was absolutely horrible, and I had to get it off the
hook,
and it made a mess all over my boat, and that was it, mate.
Yeah. I have no interest in that whatsoever.
Mike Gregarious channel. No, ain't gonna happen.
Gregarious, like that.
Very good.
Yeah.
No, I will continue to
act in a support role.
Yeah, as a support role, and we'll do stuff together with Nick's permission, as it were, and as long as you guys like it. No, I enjoy it, and it's the one thing I've always said to Nick, and I say it off camera as well. I just think the community that Nick has built up is just fabulous, because obviously I look in at Nick's video, because I do actually watch his videos.
God bless you. Someone's got to.
He makes me watch them all the time.
Yeah, I do.
Through several accounts.
Yeah, I query. I say, and I ask him.
How many times do you want? You got enough? Anyway, no, we do watch, but I love the community, and I've always loved the community that Aquaholic's built up, and you guys, you know, are obviously that community, and I think it's fabulous.
It's what makes the channel. It would be of no use to man or beast without the people watching it.
And Nick finds it hilarious that I seem to get recognised.
He does. I get a message from him. Oh, I've just been recognised by a guy, and I'm like, no one recognises me.
I was in Brixton this morning, just a morning walk and picking up our breakfast for tomorrow, which I'm cooking from the butcher's, and a lovely chap with walking the dog. He said, I feel a bit rude to call you Nick's mate.
Yeah, I should be Nick's psychic, really.
I said, Nick. I said, I'm Greg. He said, oh, I love the channel, and it's great. It's great community.
Somebody's put kind of like Sherlock and Holmes. I actually think it's more like Danger Mouse and Penfold. Is it Penfold, his little friend?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You're not impressed with that, are you? We'll move on.
I'm Penfold.
Oh, he's great though, isn't he? Yeah, all right. Anyway, I love that. That was voiced by
David Jason.
Yeah, astonishing, isn't it?
Hinge and bracket. All right.
Yeah, steady on.
Yeah. Easy, Tiger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Will you ever do a channel meetup?
Yeah.
I know.
Moving on. It'd be nice. It's one of those things that's a nice idea, but I just think it'd be a lot of things that could go wrong.
Neil, there's loads of info on the video about the props.
Also, what's the company?
It's
because that's the guy you need to speak to, isn't it?
Yeah, you need to speak to one particular person.
Have I broken anything in a boat review? No, I've been very good. No, David's not really peeved. He finds it funny. No, I haven't got it the wrong way around.
Jerry. You need to speak to Jerry at FYB Marine.
Yeah, he was massively helpful to you, wasn't he?
He was absolutely brilliant and really took a lot of time.
Yeah.
Really took a lot of time.
Yeah.
So Jerry Hopkirk at FYB Marine in Falmouth. And he'll supply it online. But what he will do, don't email him and just call him. Because what he do is he will go through everything you got on your boat, how you use your boat, how many people are typically on your boat, and he'll work out the weights and the distribution and pick the right pitch props for you. And honestly, it's a game changer, wasn't it?
Yeah, completely.
Absolute
transform the boat.
Game changer.
Yeah. Someone's put, what would you consider the best TV or movie boat? Well, it's got to be the Miami Vice boat, hasn't it? It's got to be, really.
No,
but I also very much enjoyed. No.
What is it? Live and Let Die.
Yeah. I can see that.
Hey, Jim up. You got the fastest boat.
Secret agent on whose side?
That's the best movie boat ever.
Maybe.
Yeah, but you're my own.
Yeah, I'm afraid so. Yeah.
What's the fastest you've ever been on a boat?
That Invincible 46, I think, was possibly it. I had a very fast run years ago on a Donzi, but I don't think we got much above 60. That Invincible, that was absolutely awesome.
No, excuse me for a minute.
Of course.
I just need to go and make sure everything's okay downstairs.
Gentlemen of a certain age, I get it completely. Okay, we can talk about Greg now. I want to talk about Greg. Good experience in boat sales. How much does the weather impact on annual sales and price in the UK? Price, not at all, I would say, but sales is interesting. When the sun comes out and all of a sudden the phone starts ringing and you think, well, where were you guys last week when it was raining? Sure, you didn't just decide you wanted a boat because the sun's come out, but yeah, they do. I haven't really had a bad marina experience, Harry, I don't think. A couple of marinas I've been to, the facilities have been a bit basic, but other than that, no, they're all pretty good, and they're all really raising the game now. I think they've all started to realise that people are looking for luxury facilities, and certainly where I am now, not on Dart, the facilities down there are absolutely fantastic. So that's very, very good. Do you like goat? I don't know what that means. Have you broken anything lately on a boat review? No, I think I answered that one, didn't I? I've been very good. I haven't broken anything. I can say that now because I'll stop filming for this year. What else have we got?
That's right, Nick. Everything's okay.
Oh, good man.
Yeah.
Good man. Good
Yeah,
man.
the house is fine.
There's the plumber, all
I
right?
made sure you just need to get rid of this lot, give me some more room,
Understood.
and then we're all right.
Understood. Listen, it is 20 past 8.
Yeah.
That's gone fast, isn't it?
That's gone pretty quick.
I think.
Thank you, guys. Honestly, great fun.
Yeah, that has been that's been great. I'm just going to answer this question: do the yacht companies tell you to do a good review? No, they don't. They don't tell me anything. They don't charge them for it, so they don't get any say. But I do only film boats that I like, so I don't go on bad boats and then pan them, because what would be the point?
And Mike's asked a question there.
What's that?
Mike Burgess.
Oh, yes, I have considered sea tagging my boat. I haven't gone as far as to actually do anything about it yet, but it's a nice idea. The problem I've got with sea tagging my boat is that my boat is not worth a massive. I mean, yes, it's you know, it's worth a reasonable amount, but it's not worth so much that you that I could spend sort of, you know, 20-30 grand on it and it would be a viable thing to do. So that's the only slight problem there. Good. I think that's it, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that's good.
Yeah. Excellent.
Nick, great.
Well, thank you for.
Should we get together Christmas time, maybe?
Yeah, let's see how we get on. Yeah, let's see how we get on. But that might be a possibility.
Well, maybe we could do one of these in Somerset.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Because you're allowed up.
Oh, I've got a passport.
Yeah, I've got a passport. Yeah.
Excellent.
Guys, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Really good fun, as always.
And this whole channel, I've said it before and I'll say it again, but this channel would be nothing without you guys. And I genuinely appreciate your time for watching the videos, but also your comments and your likes and all that kind of stuff. It's what makes Aquaholic what it is, for sure. Good. That's it. Cool.
And on that bombshell,
it's goodbye from me and it's goodbye from him.
Ta-da!
Bye-bye.